Hey everybody, wanted to go over my trade recap from today. I had a few trades today. I'm going to try to keep this brief. First trade I had was ACRX, ACRX. I did a video on this Friday. I'll put the video link in the description. Basically, I was bearish on this news. They had FDA approval on Friday, and this was a stock that people were expecting it to be approved. Their drug AVEO got approved, which is an opioid that is 500 times stronger than morphine, which is crazy. Used for in the like military and battlefield use for very bad wounds on the battlefield, which makes sense, but it's going to be very tightly restricted. Interactive Brokers got shares to short around 8, like a little before 8, and I took a starter short then. Unfortunately, that's all I got. It never gave me the push up to 520s that I wanted, and absolutely fell apart. And because of that frustration of just having the small position, I covered fairly quickly here in the morning, as you can see. This probably fades for a few more days, although there are a lot of people that are bullish on this. I am not one. I think this continues to fade. It remains to be seen how sales are with this drug, but a lot of reasons that I don't think this will succeed, which I might do a separate video on in the future, but I really think this fades over the next few days, few weeks even. The next trade I had was INUV, INUV. This stock came out this morning and said they were being acquired by a company. I can't remember the name of the company. Anyways, they said they were being acquired for $2.22 a share by Conversion Point for $75.5 million in cash and stock. Basically, the shareholders of this deal are getting 45 cents a share in cash, and the rest will be a percentage of the private company, which is Conversion Point, that now owns them. And I believe it's 29% of Conversion Point they will own. I was bearish on this news. 45 cents a share when shareholders could sell this morning for $1.09 a share and not have to worry about being in a private company that they don't want to be in, that's harder to get out of. It seemed like a kind of a no-brainer to me, although I was not really familiar with the company that bought them or this company at all. I was just thinking about, from my perspective, taking the money now or taking a chance on a company that I don't necessarily believe in or know about if I was a shareholder in this, a long-term shareholder in this stock. But of course I misunderstood it, and it eventually bounced off the 200-day moving average and really squeezed shorts. And I took a short here at pre-market and some into this little spike it had at the open and covered fairly quickly. I held a little piece as I was frustrated about missing most of the downside on ACRX. And of course it popped back through VWAP. I cut it then and squeezed, broke high day and kept squeezing. So this probably keeps going up. Honestly, I don't have a good grasp of the news, and I probably should not have traded this just because I am not familiar with this news. This is the first one that I've traded like this. Essentially what it boils down to is it almost acts as a reverse merger, the fact that they are merging into, or that they are being acquired by a private company. And so that's the reason it was more volatile than an average buyout would be. So I traded that. I also actually have one on watch for tomorrow, which is AVEO. This is a stock that gapped up tonight on phase 3 news for their TiVo 3 trial. And they say it's positive, although there's some skepticism on that. There's some mixed opinions. If you look at Andy Biotech on Twitter, he offered some color on this. I actually was short 290, yeah, 290, and I already covered that. I'm gonna wait tomorrow to see how it gaps, if it can gap up a little bit more. But what it boils down to is this tweet right here. FDA was concerned about increased risk of death during 2013 AdCom. Issued CRL, so this had already had a CRL issued against it, and requested to run another study to show a reassuring positive OS trend, which they failed to show today in the data. Positive OS trend was met as basis for approval for every other drug in RCC per FDA. So the fact that they didn't show that is in the data today is bearish to me. But I will see how this gaps, and I believe they also have some kind of either an ATM out. I need to look more into that, or some warrants of some sort. Anyways, I will be watching this top watch tomorrow. Hopefully, it can gap back up into the threes, and for a nice short and fade in the morning. But that's it. Hope you guys had a good trading day. It was a pretty busy day for me. I will look for you guys in the chat tomorrow and hope to see you there. Bye.